he do, he got something coming right behind it to take your mind off of it. If the people, now, it might have been, it's very easy for them to get headstrong, like Saudi Arabia, get fat-headed, and we can do anything. And then they kill the guy in the Khashoggi in the embassy, or in the consulate, right? They never expected the whole thing was going to come loose like this. That might have really, they didn't expect that, because they'd say, no, this ain't happened, that ain't happened. He had a fist fight. For that, we had to cut him up in little pieces, put him in a box. They said this. This is insanity. Okay, but if you heard the news all day today, they've been now focusing on Yemen. Since Saudi Arabia is doing so bad, and then I heard on the news today, but this morning, it's probably be on again tonight, the lady from, an Arab lady from one of these, she was telling close to the truth. Well, there's Zaydis in there, and Zaydis are kind of like Shias. Then they have Houthis, and they have, now these guys have shifted a little bit from regular Zaydism to now they might be becoming real political Shias, which is, could be close to the truth. And that's just today. And about Saudi Arabia and what they're doing. That might not be fake news. That might have just, that's something that happened. But here's what they got. They got a management team they put together right away to clean all of that up. So they're going to ease the media step by step because Saudi Arabia needs them, they need Saudi Arabia against Iran. Therefore, if you against Iran, like if you were tattletale, whatever, if you against Imam Musa, Masjid al-Islam, As-Sabiqun, you can basically do anything you want, as long as you work against them. That's why Iran don't hurt nobody in that region. And they ain't never proved nothing on Iran. It's a proxy war. Well, proxy, just show us the proxies. Show us a letter. Show us some Iranians on the battlefield with the Houthis. Just show us something. But they don't have to show nothing when it's the people that they vilified in the media already. Remember, they say about us, we're Iranian stooges, mouthpiece. He says, we're Iranian mouthpieces. That's what the old Abe Foxman said.
And that's what most people think.
Yeah, but we keep Iranians in check more than any of them do because they don't know where to check them. You know what I mean? We do it right here. We do it in private, seriously, at conferences. And right here. Right here, very clearly. But this is the thing about, in the future, our media is going to get stronger. That's why we've been trying to get certain things out. Because that image management, I think I'm loud enough where, that image management, you know what I mean? That means they make a picture of Imam Musa, a picture of Masjid al-Islam, right? And then the people act off of that picture. That's why they say, oh, we're a stooge and Iran is paying our bills. We was able to acquire this property because Iran bought it for us, right? They didn't follow us from place to place, dragging all them books. When we was living around there on the 8th Street, just imagine bringing like 20, let's say just 20 boxes of books up and down them stairs. Because brother was young, boy, that was good. Zoo, 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 zoo. I wouldn't even think about that now. A box of books we say around 60 pounds, up and down, and all programs as far west as you can go, and all up Massachusetts, down south, everywhere, selling books, you know. But they don't say that. They don't say that. They don't say we worked selling oils, books, and everything. So I'm gonna try to make a little more sense out of this. This is division. This is clear division, right? When you look at that, that's what it came. Now, it could be easily designed division. Pharaoh did what? He made it hard on the men and made it easy on the women, and he divided the people into groups, into sects, right? British colonialism, what was their motto?
Divide, conquer, and rule.
Divide, conquer, and rule. So, are Americans more divided now than ever? Yes. The more they're divided, the harder it is for them to unify to make change in America, because they're fighting each other all the time, right? So, whoever arranges this stuff, they're not stupid, it's division. There's two parts of division now. Before a revolution or changeover, the people are divided. The people that are becoming more revolutionary and the people. So this is a dangerous game they're playing. They're playing with fire. What would usually happen with a big monster like this, they got it all planned in their brain. Their controlled implosion. Divide the people up, weaken the people up, and they set it up for their own demise. The things, just like that program in Vietnam in '68, it says things fall apart. The center cannot hold. That was Vietnam. All their lying and everything. They lied and lied and lied. At '68, we're just about January, we're about to win this. And all of a sudden in January, I think it was the Tet Offensive. Right. Tet Offensive. Technically, the Vietnamese, strategically, they lost, boy, but they, psychologically, it was a complete victory. Whooped them so bad psychologically that Lyndon Johnson didn't run. They said, we're gonna win, and then they attacked all over Vietnam at one time. Boy, look at here.
What I like about that is also when the Americans saw the soldiers coming back on TV, and they say that was one of the turning points also.
They televised the war every day. I remember way back from '65, when you turn on the news, they always had the cameramen out in the war and people getting carried to helicopters. That was a TV war. They blew that. They messed up. That's why, after that, you ain't seen, they embedded people and they controlled everything. All the wars after that, you ain't gonna see nothing but what they want. Them giving candy bars to babies and little children and stuff. And no, you could read some Arab newspapers a few years back, man, they'd have Turkish newspapers, they'd have American soldiers blowed all up, laid all out dead. You didn't see none of them in American papers because it was against the law to show American soldiers dead, treated like that. Anyway, so Pharaoh divide the people up, divide, conquer, and rule. So Trump could be easily, he is a stooge of the global management team. Now there's a national management team that's over everything. They up there pulling all the big strings. But then there's the regional and the local management team. That's Democrats and Republicans. They got their management teams too. Control to bring out like these little bombings just before the election of sending bombs to Democrats. That could be easily Democrats sending them to themselves. It gains sympathy of the people. I don't think no Republican would send it, but the people are not going to think like that. So that's going to make the American people, they're sending bombs to those poor Democrats. We got to vote for them. Yeah, because the Democrats sending all the bombs they got to themselves. Making the news, shaping the news, controlling what you see and what you hear, and then giving the commentary. So the news is what makes Donald Trump. They give him free stuff all the time. And poor CNN, they don't talk about nothing else. They want to punish Don, stop talking about it. Just don't talk about it. If he jump out of the building with flaming drawers on, don't mention it. You want to make him mad, don't mention Don.
That's right.
Just don't mention him. Why? Because he tell a whole string of lies. Everybody know they lie. Then they focus on, that man is lying. He lied. They're saying the same stuff all the time, right? And Don will tell the most outlandish lie. He know he lying. Everybody know he lying. You don't have to tell. Don't say what he said, and don't argue about it. Just say the president had a nice rest today. Do that for a couple of months, boy, he'll come down there himself and punch everybody out in the newsstand. He'll be fighting, you talk about red, turning red, he'll be so mad. You want to run that man crazy? Don't talk about it. Why? Because he sets up the news. When his homeboys mess up in Arabia, then he go down there and tell the people, go send somebody up here so we can talk about it. So they're talking about there's a whole group of brown people going to raid us. Right? And forget about Saudi Arabia. You know, forget about the cholera, starvation. They say it's, the white lady about a couple of hours ago said, well, if you want to get a feel about it, I'm from Chicago. Imagine everybody in Chicago, about 3 or 4 million people on the verge of starvation right now. And then if you're from New York, think about the whole city, 7, 8 million people. Getting close to and on the verge of starvation, along with disease and what have you. Then you would have Yemen. So they have these crisis management teams. If they mess up, they have somebody come by and try to clean it up. You know what I mean? They clean it up, they put this article in there, that article in there, then they give commentary. In a couple of weeks, you done forgot about what's happening. And remember, the American people got short memories. Man, they don't remember nothing. They don't remember nothing. They can't remember, I know they don't go past 2, 3 weeks. That's like the Stone Age for them. What somebody said 3 weeks ago, or 5 years ago, you know how we do, man, 5 years ago they was talking this, it was them people 5 years ago. That's what they did with Malcolm. Remember how faddish people are? At 92, what they bring Malcolm in, they make it big. And then we stop talking about it. Why? It's like a fad. Oh, you got your Malcolm X hat. It's a style. They brought it in, and brought it out.
That's right.
They do it all the time. So that's why gonna bring them up on all this. So it's hand-picked Negroes and hand-picked white folks. So our experiences taught us that we talked about guerrilla warfare last time, right? Guerrilla warfare, and I read the CIA manual,
Right.
and I read part of it. I said, this is Iran in 2009. If you were to watch the news in 2009, when Ahmadinejad was president, they had the Greens in Iran, they had Munafiqeen shooting people because they was on motorcycles. You know who that's the way they get around. See, traffic isn't so bad, you can't shoot nobody and then jump in a car and get away. So if you want to get away, you have a motorbike. So they have one guy driving, and the other guy shoots and kills. That's how you get away in Iran. Okay, that's the way the Munafiqeen was martyring the ulama and others during the rebellion. That's what was happening in 2009. Then they shot a little girl and she bleeds to death, Nadia. And they keep playing it over and over, like the army had shot her. The Munafiqeen had shot the girl. The Munafiqeen was also shooting the Iranian soldiers, but that's no big deal. They're Iranians, right? If you listen to the news, you would have thought Iran was falling apart. Even the Iranians here was panicking. It's going up in smoke, I said. You listen to white folks on the news. That's when I believed that the Rahbar really became the Rahbar. He came out and gave that khutbah. I think it was June, July 19th.